On this adventure, we're heading south of the border to Los Algodones, Mexico for our first post-pandemic shrimp and tequila run. We want to show you everything you need to know to have a fun, safe, and fulfilling adventure to a truly unique border town. The town of Los Algodones itself is located right in the northeast corner of the state of Baja California. It's right across from Yuma, Arizona. Now, while we come down here on our shrimp and tequila runs, the town is actually much more famous for its medical tourism. If you believe it, it has the highest concentration of both dentists and optometrists in the world. It's got, I think it's something like 400 dentists within just a few square block area. Right in the center of town there. So it's a really, really unique town, and we want to go show you all about it today. From Phoenix, follow Interstate 10 west. Shortly after leaving the city, you'll see signs for Mexico, which will take you down State Route 85 to the town of Gila Bend. It's a beautiful drive with big skies and open desert vistas. Gila Bend is an interesting little town. You'll find everything from old military planes to aliens to even a 9/11 memorial. You'll want to gas up in Gila Bend though, because once you leave, you've got about 120 miles of empty, desolate desert to drive through. If you're coming to Algodones, the easiest way to start is by heading to Yuma, Arizona, which is the gateway into Los Algodones. And the easiest way to get there, unless you're coming from the dead north, is Interstate 8. So we're about 50 miles or 80 kilometers east of Yuma, heading towards Los Algodones. And if I turn this camera around, if you see those mountains way off in the distance there, Yuma's just on the other side of them. Well, here we go, up the pass. Gateway to Algodones. While Yuma may be the gateway to Algodones, the border crossing is actually across the river in Winter Haven, California. One little driving tip for here in Yuma is drive the speed limit because most often there are speed traps absolutely everywhere. After you cross into California, you'll start seeing a lot of billboards on Interstate 8 for the dental offices in Los Algodones. That's how you know you're getting close. To get to the border crossing, take the second exit in California for Highway 186 South. Turn left at the top of the ramp and follow the road about a mile down to the border. The last turnoff in the U.S. is for the parking lot. Operated by the Quechan Indian tribe, it costs $6 for the day to park. The parking lot is huge, safe, and so much easier than trying to drive into Mexico. So we've made it to the parking lot here in Winter Haven, California, and show you how close you can park to the border here. I will spin this camera around. And that fencing right there is the border. Those buildings on the other side of that fence are in Mexico. I know, at least at the beginning of the pandemic, that Mexico was fairly strict about masks, at least a lot more strict than the US was. I'm not sure if that's changed any, but I've got both masks as well as the vaccine card, which I don't think I'll need, but I have anyway. Follow the edge of the parking lot right along the border, which will take you back out to Highway 186. Go down the ramp, turn right, and that sidewalk will take you right into Mexico. Go through the turnstile gate and follow the sidewalk across the border. Entering Mexico is literally that easy. The border itself runs between the end of the white fence and the big sign on the right that says Bienvenidos. On the Mexican side, the sidewalk will dump you into a funny courtyard, likely with some confused people in it. That's actually just a tourist information center. Walk around the edge of it, following the signs on the building for downtown Los Algodones. Before you know it, you'll find yourself out on the streets of Los Algodones. The streets of Algodones are lined with pharmacies, liquor stores, restaurants, and street vendors. If you're not interested in whatever it is somebody is selling, a simple no thank you will do. But what Algodones is most famous for are its dentists. With over 400 dental practices in just a few square blocks, they are literally everywhere you look. On every block, every street corner, up, down, or around. Even if you look down the alleys, you'll find that they too are filled with dentists. And this monument right behind me, pardon the dogs barking, marks the northernmost point in Mexico. Algodones is best known for its medical tourism. One of my favorite things to do is to walk the streets and browse all of the vibrant and colorful Mexican art for sale. The bright colors really add a festive atmosphere to the whole shopping experience. Now, my favorite place to eat in Algodones is a little street taco stand called Lupita's. It's one block down and kind of one block to the west or to the right from the border. Their shrimp and fish tacos are just to die for. And when they're in season, they also have really good smoothies and aguas frescas as well. So if you're looking for some authentic Mexican food, that's where to go. And we're going to head there now for lunch, so we'll see you there. And one of the best parts about getting authentic Mexican food in Mexico is the cost. You can get a full meal at Lupita's for about $5 or $6 a person. Now that we have a full belly, let's go find some tequila. On the block where you come into Algodones from the United States, you'll find its famous purple building, Leakey's Pharmacy and Liquors. The pharmacy sells cures and remedies for just about anything you can think of. Some logical, some wacky, and even some conspiratorial. Of Leakey's two entrances, the liquor store is the entrance that's closest to the border. In addition to liquor and tequila, Leakey's also has an absolutely amazing selection of hot sauces. One of my favorites that I always try and pick up when I'm down here is one called Receta Maya, which is it's a chile habanero sauce based out of Yucatan. And it comes in all kinds of really, really good flavors such as mango, pineapple, coconut, tamarind, just to name a few. It's amazing on seafood and really, really good on chicken and pork as well. So if you find some of it, I highly recommend you try it out. And we're going to go see if we can browse the aisles here and find a few bottles to bring home for ourselves. I don't see any Receta Maya here. Tequila infused chocolates? That'll do just fine. Well, we've had our shrimp and gotten our tequila, and now it's time to head back to the U.S. From Leakey's, it's a short half a block back to the border. But to get back into the U.S., first you've got to wait in this. Lo que sea contigo, aunque tú me veas solo como amigo, yeah, no solo quiero pa' eso, yeah. And then we wait. Slowly but surely, the line does eventually move. We're getting there. Well, we're getting up to the front of the line here, and as I'm sure you know, you can't film going through customs. So we're going to put the cameras away for now, and we'll see you on the other side back in the States. Well, that was easy enough. We are through customs, formally back in the United States, and are now walking back to the parking lot. Follow the chain link tunnel back out to the road. Cross the street and it'll pretty much dump you right back into the parking lot. Well, that was an awesome day in Algodones. Got my tequila, got some good food. Now it's time to head home. If you're coming into the United States from Mexico, you will at some point run into a Border Patrol checkpoint further inland from the border itself. And it doesn't matter whether you're crossing in Texas, in California, or anywhere in between. They're usually on major roads and major highways. They're looking for illegal drugs, illegal contraband, and illegal aliens. If you're a US citizen, you don't need to present any kind of documents or papers or anything like that. They'll usually just ask you your citizenship and then send you on your way. There is one of these checkpoints just east of Yuma as you head out of town going eastbound on Interstate 8. It's right before you climb up over the mountains and head back into the deserts going back towards Gila Bend. Again, they usually, I've never had it take more than 20 or 30 seconds to get through them, but just be courteous to the agents and be respectful and do what they say, and you'll have no problem getting through either. I've been coming to Algodones since 2017, several times a year, and that is the first time that I have ever seen that Border Patrol checkpoint closed. Desert rain. So yeah, about 3.5 years ago when I was coming back up this way from Organ Pipe Cactus National Monument, I ran right into the second biggest haboob to ever hit Arizona. And for those of you who don't know, a haboob is a very large, very powerful dust storm. And this thing formed east of Phoenix, somewhere down near the town of Casa Grande, and basically swallowed the entire southwestern quarter of Arizona, as well as a good chunk of Southern California and northern Baja. And they were able to trace this thing or track it all the way to the Pacific Ocean on the day that it happened, which was in July of 2018. That haboob was about 8,000 feet high and probably about 200 miles long, which is just out of this world off the scales for just a monstrous dust storm. You know, I mean, they're normally maybe 2,000 feet high and 10 or 20 miles wide. They're usually not terribly big, which is what made this one all the more impressive. Thankfully, we're not in dust storm season today, so all we have to deal with is a few raindrops on the way home. And the sun does make one more appearance as we get closer to home.
Take me out to California. Take me out to California.
On our next adventure, it's time to start looking north. Starting in Las Vegas, explore the Mojave Desert on a spectacular winter morning. After crossing the Tehachapi Mountains, pick up Interstate 5 for the breathtakingly spectacular drive north through California's Central Valley and up into the Cascade Mountains. Finish the trip when you head across the Siskiyous to Salem, Oregon. And can we check off another long-time bucket list item in San Francisco? Tune in next time to find out.
Yeah, I'll be coming home soon. So take me out to California, where the sun is always high, where the streets are paved with gold and no one ever gets old. I'll be longing for that day till you come and take me home. California, California, here I come. I've seen it all upon the silver screen, the happy face